What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Train, as usual. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as you can see on the screen, we got my guy, Nick. Nick, how's everything been with you, man?
Man, everything's been wonderful. It's been an up and down season, so I'm excited to get to talk about it.
It's definitely been an up and down season. Listen, brother, I wore a little gold. All this called Get a Bucket. So, we got Lakers here. But I wore a little gold just because your team is the Steelers. So I try to give you a little support. But if y'all know, though, I'm a Panthers fan. So we will be talking about my boys a little bit, just a little bit. But we're gonna have to transition on though to the next division, which let's go ahead and bring them back up on the screen. We got here the AFC North. Now, it's your teams, it's your boys. You know what I mean? Got the Ravens, you got your Steelers, got the Browns, and we got the Bengals. Now, I think it's fair to say, because let's just give a little context, right? Joe Burrow's out for the season. Oh, tough. With an elbow injury, if I'm not mistaken. And then you got the Browns, who Deshaun Watson, he's out too, right?
Deshaun Watson is out for the rest of the season, yes.
Yeah. So we got him out too. So it's really between your boys and the Ravens on who got a healthy quarterback. and this is why I'm gonna go to you, because you was hyping your mans up and you said y'all boys was gonna win.
Well, it's really funny that you say that, because it hasn't been an easy road. Okay, I've been watching these games every single week. I feel like I'm about to have a heart attack. It's not easy being a Steeler fan. I mean, it was forever. Let me not say that. Being a Steeler fan for most of my life has been just a joyous occasion.
I just want to say before you keep going, you say it's tough to be a Steelers fan at 6-3, brother. I'm a Panthers fan at 1 and what? Like, don't you say it's tough being a Steelers fan right now. Don't you dare say that. We're at the bottom of the barrel. Like, you got me kicking my own self while myself is down. That's the problem, Nick. Go ahead, dog. Talk about the Steelers. 6-3. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Oh man, see what I'm saying? I've taken it for granted. But at 6-3, it's so funny. After that loss to the 49ers, everybody's like, "Fire Mike Tomlin. This offense is trash." Yada yada. This man still finds a way. 6-3 with the team we have, with the defense we have. It's not surprising, but with the offense we have, super surprising, because I still am not a fan of Matt Canada. I still want him to be fired, but they're pulling it off somehow, way, shape, or form. Say what you will about Kenny Pickett. Pretty sure he has like the most game-winning drives since like Matt Stafford in his first 2 years or something. Mm-hmm. The kid has that thing that says like, okay, I can orchestrate a game-winning drive right now. You can build around that. I'm not saying that he doesn't have some techniques that he should fix, some throwing mechanics he needs to fix, his ability to sense pressure, but those are all things that you have to take into account. He's a second-year quarterback, and a second-year quarterback being trained by an offensive coordinator the entire Steelers nation agrees is not a good fit for the team. So,
so I heard some good things, but then I heard not the best fit for the team. But y'all 6-3, and then the Ravens are at 8-3. So like, when it's all said and done, how much faith do you have on your Steelers coming out of this division over the Ravens? Like,
it's interesting you say that, because when we started off the year, of course, I went full Steeler mode. That's just, I'm always
respectfully.
Respectfully, I did, but you got to give Lamar his props. I talked about Justin Herbert, but I'd say it's a toss-up between him and Lamar. That pass to Odell in that game on Thursday, where it looked like he just flicked it off his wrist, 50-yard perfect dot to an Odell who had coverage on him, but he just turned right around, put his hands out, ball fell right in his lap, And then not only that, but he's even with a messed up ankle, he's still one of they still trust him to be the probably lead back on that team, running the ball, which, that's a whole other conversation as to whether that's smart or not. I think that what we need to do as Steelers is rely on the defense, simplify the offensive game. I think, not to keep harping on this Matt Canada thing, but his game plan is just abysmal. So, I mean, we need to simplify the offense, take it back to a original pro style approach. We have talented running back. We have talented wide receiver. People who are going to be exceptionally talented.
And when you say pro style, elaborate a little bit more on that, because I don't think everybody know what pro style means. I'm a little heavy on it myself.
Understood. So, I mean, when we talk about the original aspects of true offensive football, offensive innovators, the pro style approach is what we consider the classic I formation or 12 formation approach to football. Fullback, running back, tight end, line, quarterback under center, right? The reason I say that is because in shotgun, Kenny Pickett has proven that the defense just gets to them. Our offensive line is in the rebuild phase, so we're seeing that pressure's getting to Kenny, but under center he's having some success. Utilizing the run game has been successful these past few weeks. Jaylen Warren looks like a bona fide stud. I think that we need to get back to that and simplifying football, because now we live in a run and gun, West Coast offense dominated league, which is just a little too complicated for Matt Canada's play calling.
Now, you say, though, simplify the offense, and I hear that, but you also say, too, the O-line is in rebuild, if I'm not mistaken. So with that being in mind, I know the run game relies heavily on the O-line, just like the quarterback does.
Yeah.
You guys are in a rebuild. Should you not give yourself a little bit more spacing so that way y'all can get the ball off at least? Because if you in rebuild mode, I'm assuming your running back's not going to have that much run to do, and your quarterback not going to have that much throwing to do. So,
well, here's what I'm saying. The con artist came in clutch, and he drafted pretty well for his first draft. Broderick Jones looks like a bona fide stud. He looks like a tackle to stay. And to me, he's stronger as a run blocker than he is as a pass blocker. And over the last 2 weeks, since he's been the starting tackle, he has been successful in opening these holes finally. So we've seen Najee and Jaylen Warren have back-to-back combined 150 rushing yard games, multiple touchdown runs, since Broderick Jones has been considered you're the permanent starter. So, I mean, that's a good sign for me. It sounds like we just need a couple more solid draft picks.
Okay. So just to clarify, for this season, you got the Ravens over your Steelers.
For this season, let's throw in the caveat of just what happened on Thursday, which was losing Mark Andrews for the remainder of the season. That's and who knows what's going on with Odell. I remember he went down on that catch I talked about with a shoulder injury. He was out for the rest of the game. So if Lamar just lost 2 more of his targets, along with losing J.K. Dobbins, I mean, Keaton Mitchell looks great. Gus Edwards looks solid as a running back option, but clearly he's fighting for his life running the ball like usual. So I mean, who knows what's going to happen, because the Bengals, they were also hindered by Joe Burrow's injury. So that looked like a game before that happened. You know what I mean? And that's a Bengals team that I would feel confident beating. So I would say if the Steelers can't pull off a victory against hindered Bengals and Browns teams over the next few weeks, then we can have conversations that are a little more pro Ravens. But for right now, my gut tells me to stick with my squad. So I see us still taking the AFC North.
Okay, so you're still rolling with the Steelers. I can't be mad at that. I mean, look, y'all boys is almost at the top of it right now. So, that's cool. I understand that. Real quick, I'm gonna give you 15 seconds on the soapbox. Talk about Joe Burrow real quick being out for the season as a Steelers fan, because y'all played them once already, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
as a Steelers fan, losing Joe Burrow to the season when y'all play them again, how much does that take away from you as a Steelers fan? Because you beat them, you can say you beat them, and you ain't really beat them at their best. So I don't
Of
know.
course,
Maybe that's how I look at it. But like, yeah, I'll let you get on your soapbox. How much does that take away from you as a Steelers fan?
but it takes nothing away. It's not my fault that your boy got hurt. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, for me, I believe that, any win is a win, and the best ability is availability. Your quarterback can't stay on the field. He can't stay healthy. That's on you and your organization and your strength and conditioning coach. That ain't on me. A win is a win.
I'm crying. That man said, "I don't care."
What are you talking about?
I can respect it. I can respect it. I thought maybe you might be like, you know what, we ain't get to play them at their best. I can respect that. I can respect that though. All right. I just want
Come
because you know what, for real, we ain't talking about the Bengals, and it was weird too because normally you do talk about the Bengals, but like the moment Joe Burrow goes down, they lose their sales. So it's kind of crazy. It makes you think though, is Joe Burrow the most important person on their team? Or is it really his weapons though? I'm just saying. I don't know because I mean he came in the season. He came in for his career with a really strong receiving core. That's all I'm saying. But I mean, I don't want to harp on them too much because we got some other teams to talk about too. We got some other things to talk about too, Nick.
well,
Um,
let's get to that. But I'll say this: the Bengals, their heart and soul was that kid and his cool demeanor. Browning actually didn't look bad when he came in, for
okay.
some hold off the bench, but Joe Burrow is Joe Burrow, and you can see that the life left everyone's eyes when it was ruled out. So, um, some players, what would happen if the Chiefs lost Mahomes?
I mean, I
You
feel like that's a little bit graver of a situation.
Why?
And also because like you got one weapon as opposed to two. I'm talking about if you remove his weapons, it's a little bit trickier on that Bengals team. And you might even say, well, yeah, Joe Burrow being one person opposed to his three weapons, and Joe Burrow matters more. I hear that too. Like on that Chiefs team, it's only one weapon, so that's the reason why I say that one might be different. But I do hear you though. Like end of day, the quarterback, if you remove, he could be more than likely is the most valuable player on that team. I'm just saying
But
that
what's
may
so funny is you say that, but like when Mahomes did have that one weapon, he wasn't doing too hot at the beginning of the year. They dropped some big games and almost dropped some easy wins for a team coming off a Super Bowl. And to be honest with you, I mean, if Travis Kelsey went down, I mean, you saw that offense struggled.
yeah.
He didn't know what to do. And to be honest with you, Travis Kelsey's to me is more important to that Chiefs team right now. I'll
Mm,
go ahead and say that.
and
Um,
that's how I feel. I think Travis Kelsey's more important than those other weapons on the Bengals team, but that's because too they have those other weapons to help out. That's what I was saying. So like I think if Joe Burrow didn't have those weapons, I'm curious how we'd be looking at Joe Burrow. Like, yeah, like let's say for example, he gets a different set of weapons. Will he be the same guy like that? And we can't know that answer until that happens, like until he loses these players. So I mean
mhm.
that's a that's a down the road discussion, I guess. But still, it just makes me think who's really more valuable between those 3 4 guys on that Bengals team. So that was
That's
all. Yeah,
good.
but yeah, now that's gonna be good. But overall, I think this AFC is pretty solid as a whole, bro. So I mean, I ain't gonna hold y'all, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
We just covered the whole AFC, so I hope y'all liked it. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. Nick, before we go, you got anything you want to say to the folks?
Um, you know, Support my bro. He's putting out great content every week. Like and subscribe, like you said. Um, And yeah, I mean, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to see what this season unfolds because I think a good football season is a season where any given Sunday is a true statement. And we're seeing an any given Sunday kind of season, which I really like. It's good for
Yeah.
football. Have competitive teams regardless of record, division, roster, health. You know, um,
It
I
really
mean,
makes betting a lot more
yeah,
entertaining. Well, I don't know if entertaining is the right word for that. Actually, now that I think about it.
no, more like anxiety inducing, but
Yeah, it adds anxiety to my. I swear to you, bro. Because even in basketball, it's becoming more like an any game sort of league now. You know what I'm saying? Like any team can beat you. Like the talent level is there. It's just more so about the execution and production now. So I mean, that's what the NFL is like, and I appreciate. I've appreciated the NFL for a while for that reason because any team can win on any given Sunday. So I mean, and I think that's what the NBA is trying to actually create in their league because for a while you kind of knew which teams were going to win. So you still might be able to, but now it's harder to tell because hey, this team is actually tough to beat. So can this team really beat them? That's why I viewed that for the NFL for a while. So I've always appreciated that about the NFL, man. Definitely, definitely.
yeah,
But
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, y'all will definitely see Nick again. Probably soon too. You know, I'll probably have another video to talk about because Super Bowl not gonna be is gonna happen not too long from now. So you know we should bring. We'll have you and a couple other boys on the show for certain, for certain. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, hope you all have enjoyed it. I hope you all having a good one. Hope you all enjoyed the show, and most importantly, take care.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, kid.